the greatest, the three
In a
greatest.
world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.
You walked in yet?
Not yet.
Okay, when you're done, you got time.
Welcome back to another episode of Coach's Corner. Here with my coach, Hall of Famer John David Jackson. And today's guest, we got Kirk Bubba Johnson, Canadian Hall of Famer, heavyweight contender, and Olympian. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. What's up, man?
Thank you very much. What's up? How you guys doing?
Too bad, brother. Good to have you. Have you on the show.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's start off with just getting to know you. Like, me, I'm from Canada, so I'm happy to have you on the show. But how's growing up in Nova Scotia? And, like, not much people know about Nova Scotia. Even in Canada, people don't really know what's going on in there. So, like, how's growing up there?
Well, it was low key. Back when I was growing up, it was low key, low crime. All these, I used to look at TV and see people see crime everywhere else. But we used to say stuff like, back home, we're good. We don't have that type of crime going on now. But by the time I turned, 24, 25, after I moved to Texas when I was like 20 years old, 3 or 4 years later, we started catching up with everybody else. We started to hear crime going on and certain things going on.
Right.
We started to act like a big city.
And where are you originally from? Like, were you born in Nova Scotia?
Yes, I'm born in Nova Scotia, and also our background is we've been here for like 400 years. 400 plus years.
Okay. So you're one of the original Indians from there.
Something like that. So we all over the YouTube. If you were to punch in North Preston, you would see everything about our community. And like I said, again, the word is North Preston. And if you punch that in, you will see my grandmothers, my father, my mother, everybody singing the hymns at church. You will see us doing parades and everything. You will find out a lot about us up here.
Deep-rooted culture up there.
Very deep.
Okay, nice.
Matter of fact, I had a person from Dallas come up here, and he knows one of my cousins, and he was just totally impressed on how close we are, how close knitted we are, and how we all just no matter how far the family is and how many people it is, we all just know each other or know somebody in our families or what have you, and we're just closely knitted to each other.
Nice. Okay. So how did you get into the boxing gym then?
Well,
because I'm sure Nova Scotia doesn't have a big community for boxing.
It didn't have a big community for boxing, but we had a couple guys fight around here like Ricky Anderson, Cedric Parsons, Raymond Downey, and Wayne Gordon. We had a couple of people fight in the Olympics here and won bronze medal and stuff like that. So to us, it was big time. I mean, to have Olympic bronze medal here and to have silver medalists in a world championships, amateur world championships here. We had stuff like that going on. So in our eyes, that was super big time. And I wanted to be like those guys. And my father, he loved Ali. He loved Sugar Leonard. He loved boxing. So at the age of 9 or 10, he introduced us to boxing. And he said, well, to me and my older brother, he said, do you guys want to box? We said, yes. He took us to a gym. And how many years later? 40 years later. I mean, got to the gym, started fighting. As an amateur, I had.
So wait, you said you and your brother both started. How old was your brother?
He's 2 years older than me, so I was 9, going on 10. Well, I had my first fight when I was 10, and my brother, he was 12.
Okay. Did your brother compete with you all the way through?
He competed right up until the age of I was 15 and he was 17. He won. He was one of the guys at our boxing gym. He won one of the first Canadian titles. He was 14 years old. He knocked everybody out in the second round, and he won the Canadian title. So that was big. That was big for me. That was big for our gym, and that was mainly big for our black. We got the largest black community in Canada, called North Preston. If you look it up, you will see it. And that was totally big for our community called North Preston, for him to win that. And he didn't stick to it. I stuck to it, and I won like 5 or 6 Canadian titles in a row. I won a World Junior Championships. Also,
How
I
old
fought
were
in the
you when you
Olympics.
went to the World Juniors?
It
How
was
old?
1989, 1990 that I won the World Junior Heavyweight Championship of the world in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Nice. So growing up in the boxing gym, when you first, like, how was your gym style? What was your gym style like?
Initially, I wanted to be like Marvin Hagler. I used to pound on my head like Marvin Hagler, and I wanted to do everything Marvin Hagler did because Marvin Hagler was my man. But I always loved Ray Leonard over everybody. But it just so happened I wanted to be like Marvin Hagler, and I fought this guy in the first Canadian Championships that I went to. I won a silver medal. I was 13, and the guy beat me. Well, they gave it to him because I won that fight. But anyway, he was coming to me, throwing big bombs or what have you. And by nature, I was moving, ducking, slipping, throwing fast combinations, somewhat like Sugar Leonard and Ali. So
They
right
don't
there,
like that boxing stuff, man. They
say it
don't
again.
appreciate it.
It's hot.
I said they don't appreciate boxing.
Yeah. So I was trying to be like Hagler because I pounded my head. But when that guy started coming at me throwing them bombs, I started moving around like Sugar Leonard and Muhammad Ali. So then right there, and then I said, you know what, Kirk? I love Hagler, but I need to change my style because I ain't tough like, I'm tough, but not tough like Hagler. Hagler had that iron chin, so I had to be more elusive like Ray Leonard and Ali. So that's the style that I end up fighting like.
Nice. So going through the amateurs, you went to the Olympics, right?
92.
Now you had to qualify for those?
I qualified in where do we go? Dominican Republic. I had to fight 2 or 3 fights. I won them. I won them all. I had to win them to go to the Olympics. So I won the fights over there, and I had the right to go to the Olympics. And then we went to the Olympics after that.
I seen you fought that Cuban, that one heavyweight
Felix Savon.
Yes.
We fought twice. The first time I fought him, I moved a lot, but I ducked my head down too low. So if you ever saw the fight, I got disqualified in the second round for ducking my head too low. Then the second time we fought basically a warfare. A couple of American fighters said there is only one guy that's going to be able to beat this Cuban is Kirk Johnson, but I didn't make him at the Olympics. You know, I felt that I should have won the fight, but I didn't. I fought David Izon, and I lost to him, and he went on to fight Felix Savon. But the American fighter was saying, you know what? I don't see nobody that's skillful enough to beat Savon except you, because a lot of them seen me fight him in, where did we fight at? We fought in Italy. Well, 4 months before the Olympics, they seen me fight him, and they saw that we went to warfare. But the fight was stopped 30 seconds before the fight was over because I had a cut on my left eye.
Damn.
And even Felix Savon himself at the Olympics, when we got the draw was I wouldn't meet him not until the gold medal round.
Right.
So when he saw me, he shook my hand. He said, "Man, congratulations, you deserve it." Because he was thinking that nobody was going to stop me from getting to him, but it didn't go that way.
So
Okay.
yo, you said your dad was the one that got you into boxing. Did he coach you?
My father coached me. Uh, I had a first coach named Len Shaw because when we went to the gym, Len Shaw was the founder of the gym, so he coached me. My father was the assistant coach after a while, and Len Shaw was the head coach. But after about 3 or 4 years, my father ended up being the head coach because Len Shaw had to work out of town and he worked. So my father had to take the whole situation over and run the whole gym and keep the gym running for, me and my brother and everybody else.
Nice. And did your dad box before this, or what?
Never
Or did he
boxed
just
a
love
day in his
boxing?
life.
Mm.
The only thing he did was watch boxing, study boxing, and always got us up to, like, when I was 5 years old, even before we even
Yeah.
talked about boxing, he used to get us up trying to show us how to throw a punch. And like I said, he didn't do no training. He didn't take no boxing at the time. He never started to take boxing coaching, not until I was 10 years old. Then he went to a couple courses that helped him become a coach.
Mm.
Okay.
But he studied boxing. He got a VCR for us. He taped every fight that was on ESPN. He taped. Matter of fact, we still got all the tapes right now. All the tapes are, because their house burned down, and they live with me for the next 6 months until the house
Yeah.
get built
Mm.
back. I got all the tapes over there. All the tapes, all the
Right.
VHS tapes that I got to transform over.
Mm.
Right.
Okay.
So yo, what styles in the amateurs gave you the most trouble?
I would mentally, southpaw give me the most trouble in my mind, but
Mhm.
physically, what I already done, every southpaw I ever fought as an amateur, I stopped. And even as a pro, I stopped so far. But man, when I spar with those southpaws, they give me hell because I'm not used to the way the punches come.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody says I do great with southpaws, even my father, but I just don't like the way their punches come at me.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel
John David Jackson,
Yes,
you're a
sir.
southpaw, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Oh
I'm
man,
right-handed, but from day one, I fought southpaw. I don't know. It came
yes.
in
And
different.
you know what? I like you
Mm-hmm.
a lot as a person and as a fighter, but as a southpaw, I hate you.
Hey, no problem. So let me ask you
Yes,
a
sir.
question. Let me move any further. So, kind of ask everybody this question. Your very first sparring session, how was that for you? Because the first time I sparred, I got the hell beat out of me, and I loved it. Not that I love the beating I took, but I love
Yeah,
boxing.
I did too. I got beat up too.
You remember the guy's name?
Yeah, the guy, he was all over me. He was a smaller guy, but he was like 12 pounds lighter, but he was all over me.
Yeah.
But we sparred for the next 4 or 5 months, and after a while, I end up owning him.
But did you love? But was there something in you that kind of loved it? Not getting beat up, but just you love
No, but
boxing from that point on.
I did love it. I just
Yeah.
had to come back and try to get, like, every day was I'm
There
getting
you go.
closer. I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him, and I finally got him.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, 'cause that's happened to me. I got my butt kicked, brother. Trust me.
Oh yeah, man.
Woo. And I loved it. I didn't love the beating up, I just love the boxing, regardless of getting beat
Yes,
up. I loved it. I said, man, had to try it again.
and
So,
as a pro, when I was undefeated for those 10 years, I'm undefeated, coming to the gym in Dallas. Everybody's talking about Kirk Johnson, Kirk Johnson, even though I'm from
yeah.
Canada, because Curtis Coates trained me,
mm,
everybody's talking about me.
okay.
But one day, I can't lie, I got beat up by a good buddy of mine named Levy Page. He used to box.
Yeah.
He's a southpaw. He handed me on the shelf. Oh, after that, we
Yeah.
sparred great, and after
Yeah.
that, I had
Yeah.
great days with him.
Yeah.
But after that day that he beat me up, it's like, you know what? I can't underestimate nobody because everybody's is somebody
Yeah.
that could probably beat you.
That's right. You're right about that.
When did you turn pro?
I turned pro in, I think it was 93.
93.
93, April 24th was my first fight.
Yeah.
And I left Canada April 1st of 93. And the temperature was 72 degrees in Dallas when I got off the plane.
Mm.
Why'd you choose Dallas?
Donald Curry was at the 92 Olympics.
Yeah.
And he took my phone number down and he said, you know, we need a heavyweight like you. We can make you world champ. And Donald Curry said, well, I look at that fight that you lost. I felt you won the fight. And I see the skills that you have and you're still growing. And I can make you world champ. That's what Donald Curry told me. And we were at the Luduva training camp also beforehand. And bottom line, the Donald Curry offered more money.
Yeah. So was Donald your first coach?
He was
As a pro?
He was my first manager.
Okay, manager.
But
okay.
my father wouldn't allow me to go with them guys just with Donald Curry. He said Donald Curry is too young of a person. Daddy said, if you guys got an older, experienced coach, we will think about it. So the very next day, Donald Curry called us and said, you know what? Don't leave Dallas yet. We'll put you on another flight. We want you to meet Curtis Cokes.
Mr. Cokes,
so we met Curtis Cokes that day, and that was it.
Okay. Yeah. Good trainer. Good coach.
Yeah, Curtis Cokes, yeah.
Okay.
Now, was it easy to adjust from amateurs to professional?
It was, I would say for me, it was easy because I didn't have to fight as fast. As amateur, you got to go there and throw all your punches, you know, get right on it and throw your punches. Yeah. It's like a sprint. And, you know, when we sprint, we get tired fast and stay tired. But as a pro, I was able to slow down a little more and take my time and not get as tired. So I enjoyed pro because of that.
Yeah. Well, I would think, man, just from being a pro myself, with your amateur background, by the time you turn pro, you know, you kind of feeling yourself. So a lot of them cats you weren't really worried about, you know?
No, exactly. Like I said, by the time I won the world title as amateur and had over 80 fights and only lost 7 on record, but really only 3 in 3 that I believe I lost.
Yeah.
I was, like you said, I was basically comfortable in what I was doing.
Yeah.
So when did you experience your first tough fight as a pro, as a professional?
Oh my goodness. As a pro,
because you went like 30,
Al Cole.
3.
The first fight was Al Cole. Right. I didn't realize a man can take that much punch inside the head and still stand up.
What fight was that for you?
That was, I can't remember. I think it was my 25th fight or 26th.
Yeah, it's up there a little bit. Yeah.
Did it go the distance?
Yeah, it went the distance. We end up fighting to a draw because I got 3 points taken off because of three low blows or so-called low blows, whatever. But yeah, I was hitting Al Cole with everything and stinging him, wobbling him, and the man still stayed up trying to come after me.
Yeah. So is he a little bit taller than you back in that fight?
Say it again.
Go ahead, Paige.
You said, was he a little taller than me?
Yeah, he was a little bit taller.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
But that didn't bother me though.
No. Yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah.
Where was he from?
Al Cole from New York, ain't he?
Yeah, up in that area. Yeah.
Did you guys have a rematch?
We had a rematch, and I beat him by unanimous decision.
Nice.
But Al Cole
how was the second fight?
The second fight, I boxed more. I didn't really care about knocking him out because I said, you know what? More than likely, he's not going to get knocked out unless I catch him with a phantom shot. But yeah, after fighting him, it made me realize, you know what, Kirk, you got to stay more boxing because I'm not no Mike Tyson type of fighter.
So let me go back for a little bit. So when you first turned pro, did you sign with anybody promotionally?
I signed with Bob Arum.
Okay, so Top Rank.
Yeah, Bob Arum.
Okay. So were they a part of the fight with Al Cole or no? But were they?
Well, let's do it with Bob Arum then.
You hadn't lost. You know.
I was undefeated.
Yeah. So yeah.
But when we
but they're funny. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're funny. When see, one thing about Top Rank, they want certain fighters. So a lot of
they do.
You know, even if you're good, they're real funny about that. You know,
Yes,
I
yes,
mean, that's why I never was signed with them. You know, because I knew, you know, I'm always more of a stylist. I wasn't trying to knock you out. I had power.
yes. Oh yeah, you're a pretty fighter.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll take that. So you know, they want you to, you know, blood and guts. That's all they wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I figured, you know, you were good at what you did. So I figured they're kind of salty towards you. So it's when the end you had to leave them because they weren't really backing you the way they should. Now I may be wrong, but
Uh, well, they kind of wanted us, but Cedric Kushner ended up paying us more of
yeah,
a signing
okay,
bonus, so
yeah,
we went
cool,
with that.
yeah, okay, yeah. So on your second fight with Al, who promoted that? Because I was in Tacoma, Washington. Who promoted
Yes,
that
it
fight?
was. You know, I'm still not sure whether Bob Aaron or Cedric Kushner.
Because you guys came right back after the first, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure who promoted that fight. I can't
okay,
lie.
yeah.
But all I know it was another hard fight. That's all I can tell you.
You got a page?
So you went undefeated for like 33 fights, right?
Yes.
Which one of those fights you felt like elevated you the most when you were undefeated? Like which fight?
You said which fight? What?
Which fight do you feel like elevated you the most? Like made you like a better fighter?
I
Through
would say
that
the Al
process?
Cole first fight. You know, that fights to Al Cole because the fights weren't easy, because I had to work and fight hard in the fights. I would say those two fights elevated me the most.
Now, did you feel pressure protecting the O, like being undefeated, like at like 33 and 0? Did you feel pressure going into every fight or what?
Uh, I won't say I feel pressured, but I had so much pride. It was like, man, I love the fact that everybody says, "Oh, he's undefeated. He's undefeated." So it's like, you know what? The days I didn't want to train as hard, I would train harder just to say, you know what? Everybody's looking for my O, and I got to keep that O by, you know, make sure I train hard and fight hard.
Now, when the competition started stepping up, like what adjustments did you make?
One of the adjustments that Teddy, okay, because you know the second Al Cole fight, I had a new trainer. It wasn't Curtis Cokes, it was Teddy Atlas. And Teddy, for the second fight, he said, I'm not going to train as hard because I told him the type of training that I did the first time. And Teddy said, you're not going to run those many miles and you're not going to train, you're not going to spar those many rounds. Sure enough, we didn't. And he let me realize that overtraining is a bad thing also. And the more experience you get, the more you got to realize that the more you train is not always better. You got to train. You got to use your experience in training, such as you got to train the right way instead of harder. Harder is not always better.
Harder, not harder.
So let me ask you this question. Me and Teddy are good friends, but see, Teddy's style was a little different because he's from the custom model school.
Yes.
Did he allow you to really much do the style that you wanted, that you perfected for yourself, or did he try to change you in the beginning, but then see it didn't work out? Because they had that, you know, most of him and Kevin Rooney did that Pinkaboo thing with that custom model type thing and with Mike, but
right,
it didn't work for everybody. So did they ever try to use that with you?
No, he didn't try to use the peekaboo style with me.
Okay, cool.
He wanted me to box and stay on my game.
Yeah.
And certain things he tried to correct. Like, I won't lie, I had a habit of putting my left hand down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And don't get me wrong. When I train, if you ever saw me train, you would say, "Man, you don't drop your hands," which I don't when I'm in training.
Right.
But when I get to a fight, all of a sudden, the left hand drops.
So we pretty evasive with it. We were able to get away from the
Yeah, for the most part, I was.
It worked for you for the most part.
For 100%.
Yeah.
Time it worked for me.
Yeah.
But when I fought Klitschko, you know what? I should have had it up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
did you study your opponents?
I won't really say I study my opponents like Sugar Leonard study his opponents the way he talks about it. But I'll take a few looks at my opponent
Yeah.
I probably look at them probably about if I'm fighting them, probably about 7 or 8 times in training camp. I'll take a look at their fights and look at what they're gonna do. But I basically kind of depend on the stuff I need to do. Like if I can get all the stuff I need to do right, to
Yeah.
me, once I get in that ring, I'll be able to do everything I need to do. If I get myself right, that's the way I seen it. And I just depend on the coaches to be able to have a strategy and tell me certain things that I got to watch out for while I'm in there. Also,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yep, you're right. Definitely. Go ahead, Paige, you got it?
Okay, so yo, tell us about your first shot at the title.
it was a wonderful moment. It took us a year to fight again. I didn't like that. I told my managers that, excuse me, we need to fight like
What year was this?
2002.
2002. Okay. And where'd you guys fight?
What
Like
say it again?
what state?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay. So 2002 in Las Vegas, was that going into the fight, like the atmosphere? Did you ever feel something like that before, or was that your first time?
I mean, as far as the people yelling and screaming, I felt that when I was in New Mexico, the people yelling and screaming. I felt a little bit of that back home when I fought. When I came back home and fought on a card back home, as the amateur, had a lot of people yelling and screaming, saying champion this and champion that. When I came with the crowd, didn't bother me.
The crowd didn't bother you?
No, it didn't bother me at all.
Now, how'd you prepare for the fight beginning?
Say it again. Excuse me?
Got a shot out of the title. Like, how many weeks did you have to prepare for the fight?
I had I want to say I had 13 weeks to prepare for that fight. But like I said, I never fought in a whole year. So I was back and forth in training camp for a whole year. Like, I'll go to training camp for 10 weeks, get in great shape, go back home for about a month, go back to training camp for 10 more weeks, go back home for a month. I would get on the phone, argue with my promoters and my managers, telling them that I need to get a fight in because training and fighting is different.
Yep.
I told them even if they give me, you know what they used to call the guys back in the day. I don't want to be disrespectful, but they used to call them, tomato cans or whatever.
Yeah, well, trial horse fighting, yeah.
Yeah. I said, at least let me get in the ring and get scared again because I'm not getting scared inspiring and I'm not getting scared. I want to get scared again. And they all said, nope, we're not gonna do a fight because we don't want to get caught in a real fight and then lose the title shot.
Yeah.
So, I guess they were trying to be as careful as possible.
Okay.
So do you feel like you prepped? Do you feel like you prepared enough for that fight?
Yeah, I prepared enough for the fight, and I can't lie to you, and I no excuse, but kind of felt that we overdid it because we didn't fight for a long time. It was like we wanted to make sure everything was perfect. So some days I end up running 6 miles, 6 minutes a mile, and me being big as I am, I remember when I got with Ted Adler said, "Why would you be the size you are running 6 minutes a mile?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was just too much.
Okay. Yeah. I can understand that. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit. So in 2000 you fought if I got this wrong, pronounce it for
Oleg
me.
Muscat.
Moscow. Okay. Now that was a good fight for you, man. At that part of your career, that young in your career, man. How was that fight for you?
I call that the $2 million fight
Okay.
because I ended up getting a sign up on it afterwards, $1 million, whatever.
Okay.
That fight, I hate to say certain fights make somebody.
Yeah.
But I would say that fight put me on the map for real.
Did he hit you anytime in the face? He was any shots to the mates? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
the,
got
the,
good
the
on
right
that.
member in the first round, like I knocked him out the ring in the fourth
Yeah.
round, but in the first round, he almost knocked me out the ring with the right hand.
Mm.
He caught me with the right hand. I shook. I grabbed him right away, and then the bell rung.
So what'd you say to yourself? I got.
I said I better keep my head out the way. I mean, everybody told me he hits hard,
Yeah.
but I said, you know what? He ain't no more bigger than me. Like, what
Yeah.
can he? Either way, what can he really do to me? Because I ain't never. I don't want to say I never been hit that hard because I've been wobbled a couple times, but
But he was one of
there
those.
was
He was one of
shots
the
that I
hard.
didn't see.
Yes,
But
sir.
when he hit me, I felt it for real. And when he hit me on the shoulders, it was like,
Yeah.
my goodness, he better not hit me. He better not hit me with a headshot.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, John David, did you ever get hit with a jab and the jab buzz you?
Yeah. Yeah.
After Oleg hit me with the jab, and I said, well, if he can buzz me with the jab, I better not get hit with the right hand because if he catches me with the right hand, I could probably go to sleep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've
Yeah,
all been
I
down that
mean,
road. And if you haven't been down that road, if you hang around long enough, you'll go down that road. Because someone's gonna hit you
Thank
with a
you.
jab and say, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Okay. You know. Go
But
ahead,
after
Pedro.
that fight, that was a big, big confident builder. I can't
No,
lie.
that
Like,
it had to be definitely because he,
yeah,
he had a good name back then. He was almost
yeah,
at the top then.
he was on fire. And check this out. He was supposed to fight Lennox Lewis for $4 million,
Yeah.
but on his own, they vouched out from Lennox to fight me. And the promoter, Bob Aaron or whoever, said if you beat Kirk, you automatically get $2 extra million. So he stepped away from the Lewis fight just to fight me. And the thing about it, nobody knows, he waited for me 2 other times
Mm.
because I tore my calf the first time. Then the second time they wanted me to fight him, I said I'm not ready because I just started back training. And then the third time we finally fought, but Oleg literally waited for me. He was that confident that they were going to beat me that he
Yeah.
waited to fight me.
Okay. Well, you showed him. That was good. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was I knew that had to be a tough fight for him. Now you know I see you
Yeah.
won and it was a good thing, but I knew he had to give you that cat had to give you at least hit you or make you realize hey you're in a tough fight tonight.
Oh, it was. Well, I tell you what, even at the weigh-in, I knew it was going to be a tough fight because I tell everybody his jawbones
Yeah.
made it look like if I touch him, I'll never be able to hurt him.
Mm.
And when I knocked him out, I surprised myself.
There you go. Good. Good. Okay. Go ahead, Paige. You got it.
Right. Well, so did you ever train at the? Actually, well, you were signed to Top Rank. How was training like at the Top Rank gym?
I only trained there once in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for 3 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Because all my training was done in Dallas.
All your training camps were done in Dallas?
All my training was done in Dallas, with the exception of 9 months in Collinsville, Virginia, when I was with George Benton. And
Oh, you're my
then,
trainer then. Okay.
yeah,
How you like
because
George? How you like George?
I was with George Benton for almost 3 years.
Okay. How'd you
Me
like
and
George?
Curtis split it, I think, 1990, late 95 for about 2.5, 3 years.
Okay. How'd you like George? How'd you guys get along?
Oh, man.
George, good dude, man.
Listen,
John,
every coach that because I had 3 coaches. Don't forget now, I had Teddy Atlas for the Al Cole second fight.
Right.
So I had 3 coaches, Teddy Atlas, George Benton, and Curtis Cokes. I had Curtis Cokes twice. I would, if anybody would say, well, Kirk, who is the best coach? I might tip my hat on George Benton way a little bit more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, the knowledge that Teddy Atlas had.
No, Teddy teaches you more. Teddy, George shows you things.
Yeah.
But Teddy's more verbal with what he does.
Yeah, yes. So there you go. Okay, thank you. You put it the way that I couldn't put it, but you're right, 100%.
Yeah.
And Curtis is a mixture of kind of like of both.
Yeah.
But the second time around, when I got with Curtis,
Yeah.
I was more mature,
Right.
and I understood Curtis much better the second time around. Because not because of him, it's because I got older and more mature.
Right. And you learn the game more as you went along.
Yeah,
So by the
yeah,
time you got
yeah.
back with him, you understood
Yes.
what you were doing.
And I could understand him a lot more when I got back with him.
Yeah.
And I'm just sorry that we didn't get anything going on while he was alive and capture anything while he was alive.
I got you. Well,
Now,
Pedro,
you were working with Teddy Atlas. Were you working with him when he was like more established, or when he was just coming out?
He was more established.
He was established, yeah.
He was basically established at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how was it switching from coach to like different coaches? Like, how is that transition like?
Well, because I know boxing and I boxed all my life,
Yeah.
it wasn't a real problem switching the coaches because I know how to jab, I know how to move, I know how to throw a right hand, I know how to keep my hands up. Each one of them showed me similar. It was similar things that all of them showed me. And one thing I will tell you, all of them knew that I kept my left hand too low.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all of them knew that I like to move backwards.
Yeah.
And
Like,
they all
ready?
knew that I should come forward a little bit more. Yeah, this certain stuff that all of them knew what I needed to do, right? So
Yeah.
I would say all of them were a good pick at the time I picked them. Or
So
at the time me and my
regardless,
father and my managers picked them.
so regardless of what any of the three showed you, your right hand dropping was just something that you just done. You
The
couldn't help
left hand, yeah.
it. Right left hand
Yeah.
just dropped all the
That
time.
was just something, yeah. And Teddy Atlas did say that. He said, listen, you're going to drop the left hand, but at times we're going to remind you to put it up because at certain fights, you're going to need that right hand up and that left hand up at least 80% of the time because you'll fight a fighter that's going to have a pinpoint right hand. And you know what? I fought that fighter with a pinpoint right hand. And you know what? My right hand, my left hand dropped. That was with Klitschko. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So experiencing your first loss, how'd you come back from that?
I just realized that everybody loses. And when you lose a fight, that's just a way of saying, you know what? I need to do better. I need to change a little bit. And that's all. I just said, you know what? I lost before the amateur and I came back and won. And I said, as a pro, I lost before and I'm going to come back and win also. That's all.
Now, did you want to get back in the ring right away, or did you want to take some time off?
I wanted to get back in the ring right away.
Yeah. How much time did it take you to get back in?
It took me 8 months to get back in, but I wanted to get back in probably the first 2 months.
And did you get another chance to fight at the title?
No, I didn't get another chance to fight at the world title.
No. Why do you think that was?
Certain politics, certain situations.
Yeah.
The game is a very political game also. I don't know that, but after a while I start to realize that certain people you sign with or certain people you say yes to, it makes a difference.
Yeah. That's for sure.
We spoke to Don King for a while too.
Oh yeah? How was that?
We were down in Don King, 2 mansions that's right beside each other. We were talking about signing with him, but we ended up signing with Dino Duva.
Okay.
Don King ended up offering us $200,000, and Dino Duva offered us 1.1. So we the room to do this.
Yeah. Mathematics worked out. 1.1 beats 200,000.
Yeah, I mean,
1.1 for how many fights?
The 1.1 was a signing bonus.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the contract was, I think, 4 fights or 5 fights, 4 fights.
nice. What was
But
your biggest?
I ended up breaking my knee, ended up getting hurt. Injuries happen, things happen in your life. And if you ever go back on my record, I fought Javier Mora. I was winning the whole fight, and he stepped on my left foot, and it was my right knee that broke, and I couldn't get up. So that night they ruled it a TKO, but we went to trial a month later in LA. And because I was ahead on all the scorecards, they didn't even bother to look at the fight. They just looked at that last round, and they realized that he never threw a punch at all. He just stepped on my foot, and I fell back and broke my knee. And they reversed the decision. They made it a no contest, but they said if it was in New York or Las Vegas, it would have been a technical decision for me. But I didn't care. As long as they made it a no contest, at least it's not a loss, right?
Right.
Yeah. Did you recover from that injury?
Yeah, I mean, I ended up fighting again and winning by a first round knockout. But it was a hard injury to recover from, though.
Hard injury to recover from. Was your knee always like? Did it ever give out again or what?
No.
Nice.
Yeah, right now the knee is good. I do all my running, and I'm still good. I spar people, I'm still good, and I can move, I'm still good.
So who is some fighters that you looked up to when you were fighting? Like some fighters that inspired you?
Man. Of course, it's Ray Leonard first. Marvin Hagler. Oh, man, Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes did say this. Larry Holmes said, the more injuries you get, the longer you'll be able to last in the ring because you're forced to rest your body. That's what Larry Holmes told me. Bernard Hopkins was one of my favorites. Of course, Hagler. Thomas Hearns. Pernell Whitaker. And then the southpaws I started liking. John David Jackson. I liked your style.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
But didn't ever want to fight you though, because I like you, but I hate that you're a southpaw. Yeah,
I understand. I got you on that one.
But yeah, I mean, the older I got, the more I'm able to respect boxing. And okay, I love boxing from the get-go, but the older I get, I start to realize that boxing is really, really a unique thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
It's like being a kid. You got a good father, but when you get older, you realize that your mother are tremendous, great people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, and that's the way I feel about boxing. The older I get, the more I realize that, you know what? Shoot, this was a really good thing, a really good thing I was doing. And these people that did certain things are great people from being able to do what they did. So
who in your career, win or lose, no matter what part of your career was, it gave you the hardest fight, made you dig deep? You said, man, I got to,
Al Cole.
Al Cole, okay, he's going to give you the hardest fight.
Al Cole fight, man.
I lost the Klitschko fight in 2 rounds, so I didn't have to dig deep for that. But in a fight where, I don't know if this is good for me to say, but I'm going to say it.
No, be honest. Don't worry about it.
I remember in the second fight of Al Cole.
Yeah.
Al Cole caught me with the right hand, and it didn't kill me, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the referee, saying like to myself, I'm saying like, you don't see that right hand? You're not gonna stop the fight. I actually, in one of the rounds, I was saying to myself like, this referee is crazy. Like, why wouldn't he stop the fight? And then in the same round, I end up coming back on Al Cole. So when I saw the fight on tape, I remember the moment where I wanted him to stop the fight. Then I realized no wonder he didn't stop the fight, because physically I was totally okay. You know what I'm saying? But it was like Al was coming back, and I was so tired I couldn't protect myself. It was like, man, referee got to stop the fight. But now that when I look back at it, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So during that fight, when you got hit like that, and maybe after, did you realize, you know what, I can take a punch?
Yeah, I realized that, but at the same time, I realized that it wasn't the easy thing to, if not boxing, not easy, meaning when they say some people quit, yeah, I understand why some people have to quit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
listen, you prove that you were capable and you went on. So that's cool. You
Yeah,
prove for yourself
yeah.
at night. I got what it takes to be champion.
Yes,
If I never
yes,
become champion, because hey, that's a hell of a
yes, sir.
shot.
Yes,
When
sir.
you get like that, man, let me tell you, a lot of cats say they say, you know what, I can't take any more of this crap.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now, okay, that was your hardest fight. Now, who is the best sparring partner that you had?
Oh man, who's the best sparring partner I had? Is a guy by the name of Zach Graham
Mm.
from Cincinnati. He was a superb sparring partner for me. And like I said, Lovey Page, that day he gave me my butt on the table. Like,
Mm.
I mean, we sparred many times afterwards, and
Yeah.
I got the better of him afterwards. But that particular day, nobody ever gave my butt to me like that. But I didn't train for a whole month.
Mm.
And Curtis said, "Oh, get in the ring and show Lovey what boxing is really about." And I got tired after 2 rounds. In the next 4 rounds, he swept me. But Jamil McCline,
Mm.
we had some wars in there. I'm telling you, like in the ring, maybe he didn't fight the best that he could fight, but man, in that gym, some days in that gym, he was like he felt like a world champion.
Well, let me tell you a story real quick here.
Go ahead.
I trained Jamil for one fight.
Thank you.
And so this particular day, I said, man, I'm trying to show him a move.
Right.
And I said, man, just try. So here's what he said to me. He said, man, if we spar, I beat the hell out of you. I said, glove him. I said, give me some gloves. When I tell you I beat the dog crap out of him, listen, I felt bad because he was fighting John Ruiz next.
Yeah.
And the fact that what I did to him that I did, like Nate Campbell's guy said, man, you done messed him up for this fight. That's what you mean. He said, man, you dogged him out and you beat him up. I said, man, he wouldn't do what I told him to do. And he said he knocked me out. I said, I had to prove it. I said, I felt so bad, man, because Jamil was a cool brother, man.
Well,
this cat could punch. But I would listen, you won't hit me that, he won't hit me that day. And I had to show him what
I wouldn't aspire with you. So far, I wouldn't aspire with you.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. Coach beating you up is crazy.
Man, good dude. Don't even. He wouldn't do what I was trying to show. I said, man, just try the move for me.
I ain't letting my coach put his hands on me like that. Nah.
Yeah, but he was a good dude. And he could punch. Jamil could punch.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
That was definitely that was good. Yeah, sparring session.
But we had me and Jamil, we had some wars over there.
I believe you.
Yeah. But but my boxing skills always, most times came on top, eh?
Oh yeah. Hey, no doubt. That's like you said. You trying to emulate Marvin was great, but when cats start hitting you, you say, "I got to move, brother." And Marvin was a boxer puncher. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. He was my Ali was my guy, but Marvin was the dude. I looked at man because nobody like Marvin.
Howard Kirk,
and he was serious every fight.
How you think you would do in this era now of heavyweight division?
How I think I would do in this era?
Yeah,
I think I would do just as good.
Yeah.
Can I say something? You would do better. I'm gonna tell you, boxing today is not the way it used to be. And don't get me wrong, and there's nothing against Page, because Page does box his butt off. But if you look at today's fighters, they want to call you out on social media. They don't want to earn that shot. They want to call you out. And that's how a lot of fights are made today.
See, the reason why I was humble,
you had to earn yours though. You had to fight for yours.
The reason why I was humble, because I knew that Jackson was going to say that.
You got to be humble, man. This week.
Because all the guys in your era says that. Like when I talk to even the guys around here, like in Canada, when I talk to the older guys, guess what they all say? Nah, you wouldn't have did the same that you do right now, that you did. You would have done better. Everybody says that, eh? But I
was gonna say the same. I was about to be like, man, I think you would do better, yo.
Okay, check this out. Let's check this out. So George Foreman did what he did when he was in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
When George Foreman got in his late 40s, he did what he did also again, right?
Yeah.
So he proved that He did it in his 20s in that era, and he proved that when he got older, he can still do it.
Yeah.
And he did it when he was an older man. So me thinking and you guys thinking that as a younger man he was a little bit better, but as an older man he slipped back just a little bit more, but his slips did not stop him from winning the championship of the world. So don't get me wrong, I know where you guys coming from. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Oh, yeah.
In my era, it just seems, and in your era, John David, it just seems like the fighters, was more cutthroat.
Yeah.
Now, do you
Oh, yeah.
guys miss the HBO, the Showtime?
Every day.
Yeah,
do you guys miss
Of course,
that?
yeah.
You guys
You
miss
know,
that shit.
When
eh?
HBO, Showtime, you know it was boxing.
ESPN, all them crap. There's some great fights, man. I mean, the best fought the best because they're getting
Yeah.
paid. The best fought the best.
Yeah, when
So you guys ain't
HBO,
a fan
Showtime
of,
came, you knew it was the best.
You guys ain't a fan of the Zone and shit like that no more.
I'm a fan of boxing to a degree,
Yeah.
but they
Yes.
just don't put the best fights on them. You know,
Why do you think they stopped Showtime and all these other things like that, like ESPN
Well,
and all that?
you know, they say it was the money or the lack of money, but here's, you know, you got to think about this one thing. When you had that, you had King, you had Aaron, you had the Duvas, you had all these. They were hustlers. They would hustle
They
to
were.
get these fights, not just from TV and not from like site feed. They would hustle with cities, man. These cats
Yep.
would break cities sometimes.
Yep.
Today's promoters, they relied on. Let's not say today. Let's say about from 2015 on, all they relied on was TV money.
Yep.
They didn't go hustle and get the site fee and get the site and do like Don. Don broke one city. He broke the whole city, man. Don didn't care.
Yep,
I mean,
he did. Yep.
Don was smart, but today's promoters don't do that. They rely on TV and they don't they don't go get the site venues like these casinos used to have a bunch of fights at different casinos.
Yep.
They don't even do that anymore.
Yep.
So it's not like it used to be. They're not as hungry like they used to. That's unfortunate.
Kirk, are there some fighters that you wish that you fought back in your day?
My idol, I wanted to fight, Evander Holyfield, but I didn't want to fight him when he was brand new. I wanted to fight him when he was old. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I was scheduled to fight Lennox Lewis, but I ended up tearing my pec, and Doctor took me over to that fight. And I wish that fight would have went on. And I wanted to fight Rockman.
We've got some heavyweights that we will feature. The young
and I didn't want to fight David Tua though.
David Tua, yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. When they talk about us fighting, Lou Duva said we don't want to fight you because of my style.
Yeah.
But I was happy Lou Duva said that. I didn't want to fight David Tua because for 12 rounds, you have to look after your chin. You know what I'm saying? And it takes 1 second to get hit with a shot. You can be winning the whole fight with David Tua. Takes 1 second, right? So it's like, nah, I don't need to fight David Tua.
See, I like what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you one thing. See, one thing you just said right there tells me that what you had here. You would fight anybody that they put in front of you. You wouldn't have said no. But since they didn't ask you, you have to worry about that. But see, that's how it was. When I was fighting, I didn't ask who. I asked how much and when.
Yes.
That's all I asked you. How much and then when so I can get ready. I didn't ask who. See, and that's why I like to see right then. You said if they asked you, you wouldn't. But they didn't offer you to fight. They didn't offer you to fight.
Yes, I'd have prepared and went in there very confident.
Yeah. Okay. That's all. That's
you
all I
ever
have to hear,
take
brother.
a fight on short notice?
3 or 4 times.
You win them?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he had the advantage, bro. So he had the advantage on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So towards the end of your career, maybe even after you retired, did anybody ever try to make, offer somebody like a comeback fight to fight somebody, like on short notice?
Of course, I always wanted to make a comeback, but every time I was in training, everybody would give me 2 to 3 weeks, but nobody would ever give me the required 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And when I say 6 weeks, I'm always training, meaning 6 weeks would have been just right enough because I was always training. But everybody would try to give me stuff like, oh, you fight him in 10 days or fight him in 2 weeks. And I wasn't going to do that.
So I respect that, and I'll tell you why I love that. Because see, when I was at the end of my career, I would get calls for fights in my 10,000, 20,000, even 40,000 on 2
Yep.
weeks notice. And I tell my wife, no, I'm not gonna do that. She said, baby, we need the money. I said, I don't care what we need. I'm not gonna take my career that I have and then darken it by by losing some fights that I probably won. Even if I won, I was gonna lose the fights. I told her, I said, it don't matter. Because they're all overseas mainly.
Right.
So I don't want to have a record of 36-36 when I retire. Because they say, you're a bum, man. We ain't, I didn't
Yeah.
I lost all credibility. So I love what you said, man. I love that, but because a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of fighters, because they need the money so bad, they should come to that offer.
So
You
when
know?
did you know? When did you know it was the time to walk away from boxing? When you're like, okay, yo, I'm gonna call it quit.
You know what? I didn't know when it was the time to walk away, but the situation took me away.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a fight for 10 straight years and always training, using the money I made for training camps and bringing in sparring partners and stuff like that. But when you go to camp for a good 7 to 8 years and nothing ever happens, then you got to realize that, you know what, something just ain't just going to happen.
Yeah.
And every time somebody said, yes, we'll fight you, it's always a 2-week notice. So check this out. So I was supposed to fight in my hometown, the first time ever as a professional.
Yeah.
So, you know, your license is your medical, you know what I'm saying? So I went to Dallas and the promoter told me to have my license in his hand by Wednesday because we were fighting on a Saturday. Well, my license was done Monday evening. So Tuesday, I was going to give him the license. But the commissioner back here in my hometown,
Yeah.
Monday morning, it came out in the newspaper. He said, I kicked Kirk Johnson off the card.
No.
Monday morning. So if he kicked me off Monday morning, that means he did the article Sunday. So, but yet I was supposed to be fighting that Saturday coming. So basically a week beforehand, he kicked me off the card. But all in all, what me and my people did, we still brought up our license because the Texas commissioner gave them to us, and I put it on Facebook to let everybody know that my license were 100% completed that Tuesday morning. You know, just to show that he was wrong, but he kicked me off the card. And I showed, when I fought for the championship of the world, I showed my license, 4 days before the fight, and they accepted it. But back here in my hometown, Halifax, Canada, they kicked me off the card a week before the show because my license, I was going to show the guy my license the very next day, but not
So
the Go ahead.
that was it for you right there.
Terrible. My own hometown.
Now, why do you think you weren't getting fights?
You said, why did I think I wasn't getting fights?
Yeah, what was the reason you weren't getting fights?
Well, every time we vouch for a fight, wouldn't nobody ever give us a fight, give us no time for a fight? They'll always call us and say, you know, you can fight this guy in 10 days. You can fight this guy in 2 weeks. I wasn't going to do that.
You know why they did that to you? You're going to agree with me. Because you were too dangerous.
Okay, there you go then.
You're too dangerous. So they want to get you on short notice, hope they get you,
Right.
and for short money, you know, because if you're too dangerous to fight somebody with a full 6 or 8 week camp.
Right.
And
So, John Davis, how long did you train for fights? For a 10-round fight?
the minimum was 6 weeks.
Okay.
Was the minimum,
Cool.
you know. And then title fight anywhere from like 8 to 10, depending on who it was.
Right.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
How many miles did you run for a fight?
The most I ran was 5 miles. I ran before that, but you know, Georgie said, "Man, why you gonna burn your legs out?"
Exactly. He say that to me too.
He said, "So 5 was the most I would run."
Right.
And what he would do, he said, run one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take Thursday off, run Friday, Saturday, and take Sunday off. So we got 5 days.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, that worked for me. I just sleep 2 days in between. I was happy. So that worked for me. Yeah.
Well, Last question, because we gotta wrap it up though. What's the biggest lesson boxing has taught you?
To duck.
Be a good
Go
one.
ahead, man.
But
That's
before
what
we
it is.
get to that,
It taught me to duck, but also, man, I used to have a best friend, but I have to get $1 million signing bonus. And then after I fought for the world title for $1 million, that best friend wasn't my best friend no more.
Mm.
Mm,
And, some people start to
damn.
look at me like money for real.
Yeah.
And those relationships,
Mm.
I still don't have now. But don't get me wrong, I'm glad I don't have them now after so long. But,
Yeah.
when they say that money could be, I don't say it is the root of all evil,
Yeah.
but it could show up like that to certain people. Yeah.
Right.
See, I'm a kind-hearted person. I'll give and I'll give. You don't pay it back, I'll still give. But I guess I wasn't giving them enough. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm. Yeah.
That's
unfortunate, it taught me stuff like that. So
all right. Well, thank you, brother, for coming on the show, man.
thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it, yo.
Yeah.
A great show, and hopefully I'll be on the show again in the future.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I want to do a show in the future. I want to have a couple guys on a one shot, and I want to talk about like we talked about earlier, today's fighters compared to yesterday's fighters.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
get everybody's opinion. So definitely have you back on, man, for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure meeting
So
you.
you
Like that,
guys,
man.
you
Hey,
guys
I mean,
take care. And
definitely.
John David, with no hair, you look good. But check it out. I miss you with the hair.
Dude, I'm my man. I appreciate that. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you,
And
brother.
all you other guys, because I can't see the name because the name is too small on my phone. But all
Yeah.
you other guys, take care of yourself. And it was a pleasure. And thank you very much for having me on the show.
It was our
Yeah,
pleasure,
much
man, to have you on our show.
appreciated.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much. Thank you.
Can I see this show anywhere?
Yeah, we'll give you the link and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right,
And you
man.
guys, and belated Merry Christmas, and you guys have a very Happy New Year's.
Yeah,
So
happy
did you
holidays,
talk to
brother.
Robert earlier? Did you talk to Robert to get you on this show?
We text each other.
So that's gonna be the person you want to talk to
Yeah,
about
I'll
the
text
show.
him
So you
and
get it.
yes. Okay. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
sounds-
Yes,
all right,
sir.
man. Have a
Y'all
good one,
take
brother.
care.
Okay. Take care, y'all.
In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.